There's been quite a lot of drama in the Blender community this week, and it all has to do with AI. AI's involvement in Blender, both as a software and how the foundation is funded. So I just want to make a quick video kind of clarifying what's been going on, what's happened, and what will be happening in the future. My Isometric Spaces course just got a brand new tutorial covering the creation of this retro style arcade, and this week you can get the course for 40% off. Isometric Spaces is a beginner-friendly course all about making isometric animations in Blender. Use the code ISO40 at checkout and you'll save 40% and get access to all 3 existing modules, plus all of the updates that come in the future. Earlier this week, Anthropic, the company behind Claude, which is a popular AI chatbot, announced that they'd made a Blender add-on which allows Claude to interact directly with Blender. So you can write a simple prompt in this add-on that says, make me an object, or write me a script to do something in Blender, make me a geometry node setup that does something. You can even give it a tutorial link and say, follow along and give me the result of this tutorial. I have no plans to download this myself, so I haven't personally tried it. Based on the videos that I've seen of other people using it, it does an okay job to not very good. It will carry out your instructions, but it's very mediocre. So if you want to pay money to have someone use Blender for you at an okay level, knock yourself out and download it. But otherwise, I don't suppose that would be a huge deal. Anybody can make a Blender add-on. It's got nothing to do with the foundation or anything like that. Nobody can stop them from making an add-on that integrates their AI software into Blender. So this news really blew up because at the same time, the Blender Foundation announced that Anthropic were also a new member of the development fund, and they joined as a corporate patron. Now that's important because a corporate patron is somebody who invests more than 240,000 euros per year, which is obviously quite a significant sum of money. It's something like 6% of the development fund income now. And it also means that they get a product manager inside Blender who they can talk to directly as a sort of liaison. Now, obviously that didn't go down very well. People do not like the idea of a large AI corporation having any say over the core development of Blender, especially, which is what specifically they'd pledged to support. That's what the money is supposed to be spent on, especially when they actually have somebody in the foundation who they're dealing with. That just didn't go down very well. And it wasn't just like the no tolerance to AI crowd as well. It was a lot of other people. I mean, anybody who's watched this channel for a while probably knows my general feelings on AI. I'm very skeptical in general about this huge AI push to put it into everything. And I'm just totally not interested in generative AI in terms of using it instead of something like Blender. It doesn't appeal to me at all. I don't want to hand my creativity over to a chatbot. I don't want to automate the entire process of making art. There is some places where I think it could be useful, for instance, generating textures and things like that. But in general, the amount of AI that's involved in my workflow, the smaller it is, like the happier that I'm going to be. And a lot of people, I think, feel the same way. They're not necessarily against retopology tools or something like that that use AI, but they're very, very skeptical about these companies actually being involved in Blender's development. So the guys at the Blender Foundation have heard this criticism loud and clear, and they've responded to it today in, frankly, what I think is quite a fair way. First of all, they apologized in a blog post that was written by Francesco, who is the CEO of the Blender Foundation now. And they also said that they've came to an agreement with Anthropic, which means that they will no longer be classed as a corporate member sponsor. They won't have a liaison and they'll have absolutely no influence inside Blender's development. However, they are still going to give the money as a one-off donation. So it's no different to if you or I donated $10. They don't get any say in Blender. They're just giving the money sort of as a goodwill gesture. So that means that the Blender development team is still going to get this at least 140,000 euros, which is obviously a good thing because that's the equivalent of basically 4 developers for the team. But it also means that people can rest assured that there's not going to be any sort of involvement from the company directly. They also said that going forward, they're going to look at the guidelines that they have for what sort of companies they will allow to be a corporate sponsor in the first place. And also they want to have a big discussion in public with the community about how AI in general, especially generative AI, is going to be treated in terms of involvement with Blender, right? What level of AI involvement is acceptable to the community is the general idea, I think, of what they want to figure out, because we can't have a situation where everybody is happy, obviously, but then you've got the people who do not want any AI involvement in Blender, and you have on the other side, you've got people who can't wait to see more AI being introduced into Blender. So we're going to have to find a happy medium somewhere in there. That discussion will happen on the Blender forums, right? So if you go over to blender.org, there's lots of different channels where you can have discussions about things, and you will see posts in the future where you can make your voice heard if you have an opinion on that. Personally, I think all of this is a fairly reasonable response. I can see why it would be appealing to an AI company to get as involved as they can with Blender. But at the end of the day, as I've said many times before in different videos, Blender is open source and will always be open source. I'll leave a video linked below where I talk more about why that is the case. It is essentially impossible for Blender to turn into a paid subscription model software. So I've heard a lot of talk about that in regards to this news, and that's just not going to happen. As a side note, I would really appreciate it if you guys in the comments could have a little bit of a discussion where you leave a comment and let me know how you feel about AI, not just the situation that's happened this week, but in general, how do you feel about AI? What are your thoughts on generative AI? Do you use it in your workflow? Are you planning to? Are you adamantly against it? How do you feel about it being introduced into Blender? How do you feel about AI companies trying to get involved with Blender? The reason I'm asking this is because I don't have a great handle on how my audience feels about AI in general. I think most of you probably are in the same camp as me. Skeptical about most of it, think that the generative stuff is pretty much trash, but maybe some AI powered tools could be handy in the future. I just want to hear your thoughts on this because I'm really interested in how my audience feels. So I think that just about sums everything up. Make sure you check out the link in the description where you can pick up isometric spaces for 40% off this week with the code ISO40. You'll get access to all 3 modules, including the new one, and any modules that come out in the future. I imagine there's going to be at least 3 or 4 more modules added to this course over time. So it's a really great bargain that you can pick up this week. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in a few days with another video.